and a 4, and a 3, and a 2, and a 1, and a welcome to another episode of the Are You Ready to Pitch? With the Chatting Pitch Boys. It's me, Leslie, and the other one.
You're setting Charlie. Oh, I really messed that up, didn't I? Your second Chatting Pitch Boy, Matthew D. Smith. Welcome.
Who's that guy? Who's that guy from WWE or WWF that always does the faces? That guy. And then somebody gives him a lap dance in the middle of the ring.
Oh, do you mean the meme thing?
Yeah. Who is he? He's very famous in the WWE world.
Yeah, there's Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon.
There's a documentary on him recently on Netflix. It's pretty good.
Who is he? I never knew who he was.
He owns the company. Or he owns the company. I don't know what the situation is.
Making a fool of himself. Getting lap dances on the old ring there.
Yeah.
Is that part of the entertainment?
Imagine that I own the company and it just so happens that I receive lap dances live in front of...
What a coincidence.
It's in service of the story.
So he owns the company, huh?
And then, he did. I don't know.
He did.
There were quite a few allegations that came out. If you watch the documentary,
really?
there's a lot of stuff on there that's like, okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
This guy is... a
little strange.
Real piece of work. Oh, no. He's more than just a little strange.
Oh, okay. Well, the only thing I know about wrestling is sometimes they turn into actors. And sometimes they make movies that
like
are
Ray
good
Fiennes.
And not good. Ray Fiennes, yeah.
Yeah, Ray Fiennes.
Yeah.
His
wrestling name used to be Ray Finns.
He started off as the Great Ray Finns. And he used to... his special move was he'd sting you with his butt.
Yeah.
Sting you with my bottom.
The Stingray.
The Stingray, bottom. Yeah.
And every time he did it, he would go, Stingray bottom! And then he'd sting you with his bottom.
He'd jump off the top rope, butt first.
Yeah.
Wiggling his little
Wiggling.
bottom.
And what was his theme song as he came through the entrance? It'd be a song by Ray Charles.
It would be Ray Charles, yeah.
Yeah.
Did Ray Charles ever do a song about Rays?
Name me a Ray Charles song.
Hey. I'm too tired for that.
Even I don't know. Like, I probably know one. Because I watched that movie, Ray, with Jamie Foxx, a long, long time ago. And they did this one song in the booth. But I can't remember what the song was.
Mate, we are embarrassing ourselves here.
Yeah.
What do we do here, Leslie Way? What's the story?
Oh, the story is...
For those who haven't heard the podcast before.
Oh, gosh. We've just been rambling on for 3 minutes and we didn't even cut to the chase.
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much what we do.
Yeah. We ramble on until it just eventually finishes.
Yeah.
But the idea of our podcast is that we talk to each other about movies. Sometimes we do movie reviews. Sometimes we don't. But almost all of the time, we pitch a movie idea. That is why we are called Chatting Pitch. We pitch movies to each other, and some people get confused.
As in we get confused, or other people?
We confuse each other.
We confuse each other. I know some people think we talk about football as well.
Yeah, or music. Or,
when I try it, yeah.
Or farming. Yeah. Because of the pitchforks.
Yeah. Maybe we could move into that little side hustle going on there.
Yeah.
This would be our side hustle, I guess, wouldn't it? 'Cause it's not our main job. So what would a side hustle that comes off a side hustle be called?
A side hustle of a side hustle?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. You're telling me. Oh, you know what?
Science has yet to find an answer.
I reckon our side hustles will be making jingles.
And we're back.
And that's where I put the jingle in.
That's where you put the jingle in.
What have we been doing for the past few weeks, Matthew?
We've been talking Academy Awards because it's award season. All of Hollywood getting together in different places with different shiny things. And we have been talking, we've been reviewing and pitching ideas based around the 10 nominated movies that are nominated for Best Picture. I didn't put that very well, but you get the idea. There are 10
Wow.
movies that are nominated for Best Picture, and we've been talking about them. And this is what, part 4? Yeah, part 4.
Part 4.
Because we do
Can you
2 at a
believe it?
time. Can you believe it? We're almost at the finishing line. Can you believe it, folks?
What have we done so far?
We've talked The Brutalist.
Yes.
We've talked Anora. We've talked Wicked. We've talked Dune Part 2. We have talked the other ones that are also out.
A Complete Unknown.
A Complete Unknown.
That's the one that you saw.
And
then there was one that I saw that you didn't see as well.
Oh, yeah. What was it?
And that was... I've forgotten as well. Let me double check. Best Picture nominations. Right. Emilia Perez. That's it.
Emilia Perez.
Yeah. So, yeah. We have left The Substance and Conclave. Nickel
Which
Boys,
we're going to talk today.
And I'm Still Here. Which we are probably going to try and catch before next week.
Yeah.
For the finale.
And then maybe the week after we'll do a special, I don't know, Academy Awards roundup. Or maybe we'll just watch some terrible Mark Wahlberg movie and review that instead. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what we're going to do?
Max Payne.
Ooh.
That was a terrible one, wasn't it? There was other ones. There are some other terrible.
He's been in some good ones, but he's been in some real bad ones.
Some real stinkers. So what the people would call them.
Yeah.
What's a real? I don't want to trash.
Nah.
Like talk too much, but you know, what's a real stinker of a Mark Wahlberg film?
Well, you just said one.
Yeah.
I guess. Thing is, they're all so forgettable. There's the one where he's a soldier.
Transformers: Age of Extinction. Yeah, that's probably one of them. He did one where he was one of 4 brothers. He did another one where he was one of 2 guns.
I didn't mind that one. He's a numbers guy. He's big on numbers.
Yeah. 4 brothers, 2 guns, mile 22. They all have to be in.
They all have to be even numbers.
Ted 2.
Ted 2.
Daddy's Home 2. And the rest.
The Fighter, but the F is a 5. The Five-ter.
That's the one where he really broke the odd numbers.
Yeah.
He broke into odd numbers. He
finally did it.
What a dumb joke. Right. So we've already spoke. Let's move back on to the Oscar nominations.
Sure.
We've both seen this movie and reviewed these movies in the past before. And one of them is Conclave, and the other one is The Substance, which I don't believe you have seen yet.
No, I haven't caught it yet, but we've reviewed it in past episodes, so we're not going to go. We're not going to go too in depth today about our reviews. You know, it will naturally come up how much we liked or disliked certain movies, but if you want to hear the full reviews, do feel free to check out prior episodes and do enjoy them. But today it's mostly going to be a pitch, so it's going to be kind of difficult for me as I haven't seen it. But we'll work it out. We've done it before. I didn't see Anora, and we managed to pitch that into something. Yeah. I think it had robots.
I think it lent more into the other one that we both seen.
Yeah.
Which one was that? Was that
the Brutalist 2 Brutal Fist?
Yeah. But even then, I hadn't seen The Brutalist either, which is why we ended up talking about robots. Which seems to be a common thread.
We'll try and do a pitch without robots or space today. Let's try that.
But that's the most fun.
Cue to 20 minutes later. Hey, what if he's a space pope?
Well, one of the movies that we're talking about today that we're going to be pitching is a sci-fi. Which is The Substance, and there's a big sci-fi element. But let's quickly do a brief recap of what happens in each movie. So, Conclave. Okay. Why don't you go?
Conclave is the story about a new pope being elected. So it starts off with the pope has died of an illness, and then the rest of the movie is sort of political machinations of all the wannabe popes trying to get the votes. And there's a lot of talk about, this guy wants to go back to what is seen as traditional, very conservative papal views. And then you've got the others who are sort of more liberal. And it sounds really boring, but it's actually quite thrilling.
Yeah,
And then
it was a good movie.
It has a twist at the end that, boy howdy, if you put it down on paper, would sound insane. But it really works.
Yeah. What a twist it was indeed. If you've seen it, you'll know. I am Pope Xenon the Third. Anyway, so yeah, I remember when we reviewed it last time, I couldn't tell the difference between a cardinal and a pope, and I just kept calling them popes.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you were like all the popes got together in a room and voted on who would be the pope, and
they made pizza.
Yes. So go on, the substance.
Because they're Italian. That's the joke. Bum. So that was the Conclave, and I've seen the substance, but you have not. But here is the general. Yes.
No, go on.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
I have a question for you afterwards, but go on.
Ah, that's what that was. I thought you were about to sneeze.
It's a teaser.
Tease me, baby. So we are talking about the substance. The substance. Okay, one word of warning. I took some medication last night, and I'm still kind of feeling a little bit of the effects, just in case anyone is thinking, oh, he seems a little bit off kilter today. I had, not a sponsor, but I took a little bit of night nurse last night because I felt
What a terrible sponsor message that would be. I took this medicine, and now I'm...
and my brain?
Brain is gone. It's gone.
I took a little bit of medicine, and my brain... Anyway, this movie...
So, Leslie, after taking your medicine, what would you say the substance is about?
Okay, so the substance, which, you know what? The substance in the movie is almost the same color as Night Nurse.
That's why I said it.
Okay, so yeah, the...
Let's be serious now.
Let's be serious. The substance, it's about an actor / actress played by Demi Moore. Actually, no, she's not an actress. She's a... Well, Demi Moore is an actress.
She's a fitness guru.
She's a fitness guru, yeah. She has a TV show. She's been doing it for many years. However, the executive, the higher up, played by Dennis Quaid, says, oh, when you hit a certain age, everything starts going in a little bit, and writings all around the wall.
Does he do that? Does he become a capuchin right at the end of his
may
sentence?
As well be. He's a bit of a cartoon character.
Okay.
He's slurping on his shrimp cocktails, and he's like,
okay.
Oh, he's one of those. He might as well have had a giant cigar. I think he does at some point.
Okay.
But he tells Demi Moore that, there's a chance that you are probably going to be on your way out, and we need to find someone new, someone hot. She goes to the doctors and gets a checkup, and somebody says, oh, you could be a good candidate for the substance. Ooh, ominous. Oh. What is the substance? And then she gets it shipped to her via the telephone. She orders it, gets a package.
Shipped via the telephone?
Yeah. She calls up a number.
Technology these days comes through your landline. Just hold your phone above your face and drink.
Smell-o-vision. Whatever happened to that? That was a thing that went around. And remember Scratch and Sniff? Ugh.
Yeah. I think they still have those.
They still have those. Okay.
Scratch and Sniff and win.
I'll be able to get through the story.
Smells like Dennis Quaid.
Oh, it smells like cocktail shrimp and cigars. That's what it sounds like when you scratch it.
Scratching sound.
Smells like shrimp cocktail.
If you scratch
this one smells like Robbie Williams as a monkey. I watched it again the other day. It came on streaming. Yeah, watched it with the missus. I think she liked it.
Okay.
She was singing along, but for some reason, when the movie finished, I said, "Did you enjoy it?" She wouldn't answer me.
Oh,
Because
right.
if you keep asking me, I'm not going to tell you. I'm like, okay. But I guess it wasn't the first time I asked her.
Okay.
Anyway, to this day,
That
I
is
think
a pressure, though. When you've
Yeah.
seen a movie that you really like and you say to someone, hey, watch this movie. There's a lot of pressure. Like,
Yeah.
I remember watching a movie with you and a bunch of other people that we knew. And I was like, guys, this is the funniest movie I've ever seen.
I know
We
exactly
put it
what
on
you're
and we
talking
watched
about.
it. And the room was just silence.
And that movie was Freddy Got Fingered.
No laughs at all. And that movie was...
every movie by the critically acclaimed German filmmaker Uwe Boll. Have you guys seen House of the Dead?
Funniest movie I've ever seen.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll go back to the Conclave. The Conclave, the substance. Bloody night nurse.
Oh, you look like you're getting a bit old. I think you should stop being a fitness guru and become Pope.
Essentially, okay, but I'm going to wrap it up. So essentially, she gets this substance, and the substance, what happens is when she injects it into her, she creates a younger version of herself.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know how much you want me to go into it because you haven't seen it yet. But let's just say there are two versions of her. There's the old version, and there's the young version. The young version played by Margaret Qualley, I think that's how you pronounce her name. And they have to live by each other's rules, so they have to coexist. One has to live the older version for a week, and then they switch out, and then the younger version has to live for a week.
And
so
then one of
it
them
just
is
keeps
like,
going
why
back.
don't you do the dishes? And the other one's like, I don't wanna. I'm young. I just want to party.
Yeah. And when they get into a fight, do they
Just
do
put
this?
them in the dishwasher.
Do they put their fists up like this? And we're like, why?
And then they hit themselves.
Douche.
So like there's like an old hand, but with the young face, and the old hand's like hitting her.
Oof.
The dishwasher's right there. Just put it in there.
Yeah, that's right. Clean.
I don't know how to turn it on. That's just an excuse. You're just using an excuse. It's
you
like
put the old hand into the dishwasher, and then it comes out young again. It's like, oh, we've solved it. We can.
It's a bit like the Gollum and Smeagol back and forth, but it's all about the dishes.
That's right.
Apart from that, I assume that the situation goes really well for her, and nothing goes wrong.
Yeah, and Gollum is like, my dishes. Me wants it.
Me wants the suds. I can't do Gollum.
I could just about do Gollum, but I'm a bit bunged up right now, so I probably shouldn't. Okay, so that's it. We got the Conclave, and we've got the substance.
Imagine if
the
one of Gollum or Smeagol had a really different voice, because they pretty much have the same voice, don't they? It's just their personalities are different.
Mm-hmm.
What if one of them talked like this?
What if one of them could sing?
You're saying you want the precious? You got to work for the precious.
Is this Elvis Presley?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
How does Elvis do his thing?
Thank you very much.
My precious. Thank you very much, my precious. A one, two, three, four. My precious.
This third movie's gonna be my 68 comeback.
Only fools want the precious. I just can't help
falling in love with my precious.
The precious. Stupid.
Anyway,
okay.
I assume the substance is exactly like that.
Okay, so
No
the
spoilers,
substance.
please.
Let's do pitch time. Pitch time, baby.
Okay, pitch time. Pitch time. Snitch time.
Mid break jingle. Pitch time, baby. How do we make them work?
Okay.
The Pope wants to be young again.
The Pope. Oh yeah, the Pope wants to stay Pope.
Yeah.
And Dennis Quaid, who's like a archpope,
Mm-hmm.
he's saying like your ratings are getting too low, Pope-alicious.
Pope's got his own
That's
TV,
the TV
chat show,
show,
TV show. Yeah.
Popalicious.
Popalicious.
Popalicious with John Paul VI. There we go.
Is it like remember that rapper Flavor Flav, and he had this TV show called Flavor of Love, and it was
like
everyone trying to date him. So Popalicious is he's on a dating
Popalicious
show.
is like, look, I'm stepping down as Pope, but we need another new Pope. Check out the Popefuls in Popalicious, and then every week it could be like, John Paul VII, please step up to the pulpit. There's like a little pulpit.
Mm-hmm.
John Paul VII, you mastered the climbing wall, but you failed. You failed in the drinking competition. What do you have to say? John Paul VII's like, I'm just really glad I got to know everyone, and I just had a really wonderful time at the villa, and I just hope I didn't ruffle too many feathers, you know?
Yeah.
And the Pope is like, fine words, spoken in Latin like a true Pope. But I'm afraid to say, it's not you. Get your ass out of here.
Pope Cletus, stop drinking the holy water. I don't know. We can drink that.
I thought they was X's.
There's a different Pope for everyone. Everyone has a quirky old little personality. Anyway, that's the name. That's the type of the
like in Conclave.
Yes.
There's a Pope for every view.
There's a Pope for every.
There's a Pope for every hope, as I say.
Yeah. Or Cardinal.
There's a Cardinal for every
Pope lover.
Cardinal?
There's a Cardinal for every carnival. Step right up.
Hit a Cardinal in the head, become Pope. Step right up. 3 balls for $5. Man, the Cardinals look really, really easy to hit, but man, as soon as they give you the balls, they look like they're really far away.
That one's Cardinal Carnival. He's the one who's always cracking carnival jokes.
That's the spin-off show. He has his own spin-off show, like in a year or two.
Cardinal Carnival's Carnival.
Carnival.
Yeah.
His name is
Cardinal Carnival, but he owns a carnival.
And he's in charge, and the spin-off show is that they have to try and do like kids entertainment.
Yeah.
But in like full cardinal dressage.
Is there more than one cardinal?
Oh yeah. It's the same. It's a similar format to Popalicious, except it's not really a dating show. It's more like whoever gets the thumbs up from the kids gets to stay in.
I can see it right now. NBC presents Cardinal Carnivals, Carnival of Cardinals.
Well said on Night Nerd. Impressive. Well done. Cardinal Stevens.
Yeah.
You aced the balloon animals. But the kids didn't like your jokes. They were too 13th century. Cardinal Stevens, it's not you.
You're pop it up or pipe it in.
And then they shoot him out of a cannon. When
Yeah.
Get off Pope Island.
It's completely segued
at the start of the show. It is like 10 wannabe popes, 1 real pope. He's the judge.
Yeah.
And then it does like a quick zoom. You know how those shows all do like the quick camera movements, the quick zoom out? 10 popes, 1 Pope Island. And it's just an island in the shape of a cross.
Yeah. Or the Pope hat.
Yeah.
It's the Pope Hat Island, but the cross is like the trees.
The cross is like a series. Yeah. A bunch of trees on top of the mountain. And that's where the new Pope gets crowned.
Yeah. Pope back on Pope Island.
How do we get the substance in on this?
Yeah. Well, these are all the shows that Dennis Quaid is.
Okay. Yeah. But secretly, the Pope who hosts the show is like, actually, I want to stay Pope.
Yeah.
Because every season it's a new Pope, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Every season they elect someone else.
And Dennis Quaid's like, I think you're all poped out, mate. Like, we need a new, hot, young, fresh, sexy Pope. Who's it
We
going
need
to
a
be?
hot, fresh, sexy Pope in this pipe.
And you are anything but young, hot, fresh, and sexy.
You're
pipe.
old. You're old and greasy.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
The thing is, I don't think anyone cares about the Pope's age. But this isn't that story. This is about the young, hot, fresh, sexy, steamy, hot pile of fresh Pope.
Steamy, hot, fresh, steamy hot.
Straight out of the Pope oven. So
straight out of the Pope pot.
So one day, the Pope that we're following, I'm assuming it's Ray Fiennes, he's going off to get his.
Maybe
annual...
he's like a producer on the show.
Maybe, yeah.
Who's like in between Dennis Quaid and the Pope.
Okay.
So he's like,
who's the Pope that's too old? Who's the one that needs to? Because he needs to go. And get this
because we need
substance.
that character, don't we?
Yeah.
Who could we get that could play? Who could play a good old Pope? Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges, old Pope. And then
Jeff
who's
Bridges
going to be?
Pope.
So there's this meme going around, right, where they see two doppelgangers of Hollywood, who is an old version and a young version, and they'd be like, "Oh, that dude took the substance."
Oh,
so
okay, yeah.
They're saying how what's a good example? Who's young and fresh? Like Timothy Chalamet, right?
Right.
I think there was somebody who's a lot older than him. Like, let's just say Bob Dylan. Like, what if Bob Dylan took the substance?
Sure. Yeah. So you're saying who's going to be the younger version of Jeff Bridges?
Jeff Bridges, yeah.
See, I was wondering if you just go with... Yeah. So I guess all the other young popes are like, we just get a bunch of models, basically.
Yeah.
Or good-looking actors. Timothy Chalamet could be in there.
Yeah.
And then everyone else, they're just like... what's the phrase? Like they're just real hot.
Okay.
Steamy, hot, fresh. Steamy, hot, fresh. Half the time they're like covered in oil.
Okay.
But they're doing like christenings and stuff.
Okay,
the Pope doesn't do christenings, but you know what I mean.
Like the Chippendales, but instead of just underwear, they're only wearing their hats.
and when they're being like judged on the final segment, they're all lined up and their hats are like in front of their junk.
Yeah,
they have to hold. And then when they get kicked out, they have to put their hat into the fire, which releases the different, the different color smoke.
Different colored smoke. Yeah.
And it's like, unfortunately, this week we don't have a new Pope.
What is it?
And then they have to walk away and you see their bum.
What if it's like, if you put your hat into the fire and it turns red, you're out. But if you put it in and it turns green, you're in. But it's just like a studio thing where they've rigged it.
Where it's like, it's always going to be the last one that's green.
Yeah. So that's... We still haven't even got to the part where
Jeff Bridges takes the substance and
becomes a new
Lloyd Bridges
person. Who did we say was playing
dad?
Who did we say is playing the young Jeff Bridges?
Sorry, my mic just fell over there. Apologies. Did you hear that?
My mic fell over. Check.
Mic check. Mike Bridges. I'm not Jeff Bridges. I'm Mike Bridges.
We just both said Bridges like 10 times over each other.
I don't know who.
I'm looking at all young pictures of Jeff Bridges right now, and I'm seeing who he looks like.
Yeah. What about young Jeff Bridges? I'm getting a bit of Liam Hemsworth from him.
He could be a Liam Hemsworth. Let's just do that then. Yeah. Liam Hemsworth. There we go.
So he takes the substance
from the Hunger Games fame.
Yes.
I don't know. What else has he been in? Everything that Chris Hemsworth's not in.
That's an awkward Christmas reunion, isn't it?
Yeah.
The family.
I was Thor. Who were you?
I was Hunger Games.
That one guy from Hunger Games. I was the Hunger Game. Cool, man.
That's really nice.
He just flies off on his hammer.
Yeah.
Okay,
let's not put him down because he's going to be in our movie.
No.
He's going to be in our movie playing young Jeff Bridges, and he doesn't tell anyone he's taking the substance. He just turns up one day for shooting like episode 6 of Popalicious.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Oh, you got a tan or something? Did you get a new haircut? Tell me who your stylist is."
The story in The Substance is the young version of Demi Moore adopts a new name, and everyone thinks she's a completely different person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we don't have to do it that way. You haven't seen The Substance.
It wouldn't really work as the Pope because there's only one, isn't there?
Yeah.
I reckon. Yeah. Go on.
I reckon it would be great if there was a moment where we reveal Liam Hemsworth as the young Jeff Bridges. And it starts off with the feet walking, and you hear the Saturday Night Live. No, not Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Fever. That song. Live from New York. It's Liam Hemsworth. Well, you can tell, I am the Pope. Okay.
You can tell I wear my hat that I am the Pope.
Do people know or people don't know that he's Jeff Bridges? What do you think?
My not so great idea is that they all think he's Jeff Bridges, but he's just got like a new haircut.
Well, let's roll with that. It doesn't have. Don't shoot your idea down.
It doesn't have to be good.
Doesn't have to be
silly.
You're in chatting pitch. It doesn't have to be a good idea. Jared Bruckheimer, I'm still waiting for your call. Excuse me. So yeah. Okay, so everyone's like, "Oh, I know what it is. It's a new tie."
Yeah. You cleaned your hat. You steamed your hat, didn't you, Pope? Nice.
You've trimmed your beard.
You've trimmed your Pope beard. Well done, you.
And then he's like, and
Dennis Quaid is like, I don't get it, but oh man, the ratings are going through the roof. I love this guy. Maybe end of season twist. He's the new Pope again.
Whoa. He's steaming. He's so steamy. He's steaming like a bag of steamed vegetables.
He's on the cover of Time magazine, Pope of the Year.
Yeah.
He's on the cover of GQ. Pope of the Rear.
Pope of the Rear. Yeah.
Pope of the Rear.
That's the new hot. That's the sexy magazine.
That's the sexy magazine for popes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pope of the Rears. I don't know, man. I'm
he's in GQ.
Yep.
He's on Graham Norton.
He's on Graham Norton. He's doing impressions of Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah. He does an impression of Robert De Niro in front of Tom Hiddleston that is actually good.
That's better than him. Yeah.
It's not just pull in the face. You have to do more than just pull the face.
Tom Hiddleston isn't a bad actor. I think he's great in a few things, but I think he thinks his impressions are better than what they are.
Yeah.
And there's only one impression that I've seen that is actually quite good that he does, is Graham Norton. He does a good Graham Norton.
He nails the Graham Norton impression. Yeah.
But he cannot do Michael Jackson. He cannot
I've never heard him try Michael Jackson.
His Michael Jackson just sounds like he's singing. And it's like, oh, okay.
Okay.
There was
De Niro just sounds like I said, he's just doing the face.
Yeah. He thinks he can do a really good...
I can do that, De Niro.
He thinks he can do a good Christopher Walken.
You're talking to me?
Duh. Anyone can do Robert De Niro if they're Robert De Niro.
Yeah. Come on.
Anyway, let's get back to...
So Tom Hiddleston is not in this movie.
Yeah, no. Liam Hemsworth's doing impressions of Tom Hiddleston and Graham Norton. He's doing all the stuff. And then if we're abiding by the substance rules, he can only do that for a week, and then the old Jeff Bridges has to come out.
Jeff Bridges comes back. Proper, like he true grits it up as well.
Yeah.
Like he's all mumbly and...
But in the
gotta be Pope.
In the original movie, they don't see the old Demi Moore anymore. It's just the young one takes over, and then they have to like coexist.
So she just hides away for a week.
Yeah, but they can't see. They're not allowed to see each other. So it's just kind of like.
Well, could you have, because it's a weekly show, right? Popalicious.
Yeah.
Could you have some like madcaps that every other week it's Jeff Bridges? So he's got to cover up for the fact that he's old. So he's always like obscuring his face with like a balloon. So he's just got a balloon. A balloon is just covering his face in a close-up. Pope Anthony, step forward.
Wait, I'm confused about. So there's how many shows are there? There's
Popalicious. Cardinal Carnival is just a side thing. That's
Carnival is
just
Carnival
a
of
side
Cardinals.
chatting pitch thing that we're gonna in a couple of years, listener, you're gonna see a TV show that's gonna blow your mind.
Blow my mind.
Blow your mind. Let me tell you.
And then wasn't there another one? There was like the island, the Pope Island.
No, that's Popalicious.
That's still Popalicious.
That's held on Pope Island. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Pope Inferno.
Ooh.
This week,
These popes are hot.
Who's the hottest pope?
Welcome
this
to
week.
Every so often they could have a special like Dante's Inferno challenge, but it's just like an excuse to get the popes like topless and sweaty.
Yeah, Tom Hanks is hosting that week because he's part of he does the Da Vinci Code, doesn't he?
Oh, so that's he
the tie
in the
there.
show. He just shows up for 5 minutes for the Inferno challenge.
Yeah, as his character from the Da Vinci Code.
Sure.
Yeah, and every other Italian-based movie. I don't know. Bring in and everyone who was in the Italian Job.
You've lost me. All of these people are hosting.
One episode per week. I don't know.
Okay.
I
feel like the Inferno challenge is special. You don't bring it out every week, you know.
Leslie, that's enough.
It's like in case of a tie.
Your
in case of
idea
a tie.
sucks.
In case of a tie, right? Part of like Pope Wall.
Yeah.
There's like a fake rock, and it opens up, and the Inferno challenge is down there. In case of a tie between two popes.
Okay. I'm just imagining. Is Jeff Bridges on this one? Old Jeff Bridges?
Yeah, go on. He can be.
Old Jeff Bridges. And then I guess the other Pope, whoever's playing that one. And they're both enjoying a nice pad thai. Because you said there's a tie between them. And they're both wearing ties. And they're both tied up to the chair. And they have to eat with their face.
Johnny Pitch has been brought to you by Night Nurse. Please don't take Night
dumb
Nurse.
ideas from Night Nurse.
Dumb ideas. Try Night Nurse.
That should be a segment every now and then.
Do you want the dumbest idea ever? Take Night Nurse the day before an important meeting.
I think me on Night Nurse is like kindred spirits with Charlie Day from Always Sunny. And just the way that he thinks.
I mean, you're doing a lot better than I am on Night Nurse.
You think so?
Yeah, I just feel really drunk. I'm useless.
I think I might even be
We
drunk.
should dose you up every week.
It'll be dumb ideas on Night Nurse.
You get progressively worse.
Yeah.
The first few weeks is kind of funny. You come up with like silly ideas. But then by the time it gets to week 10 or 11, you're really suffering.
I'm lobotomized.
Because I've got you hooked on night. You're taking Night Nurse 2 pills an hour. 2 pills an hour. Come on, Leslie, for the podcast.
Oh no,
for the engagement.
I didn't do the pills. I did the syrup.
Oh man, that's the hard stuff.
Cough,
you just chug. Yeah. I've got you hooked on that. You're just chugging that.
Mm-hmm.
And then
it's
it
like
cuts to a montage.
Moe's.
Our YouTube views are just going up and up and up.
You can make liqueur out of cough syrup, can't you?
Probably. You can probably make anything out of cough syrup. I'll bring you a cough syrup cake.
There we go.
And then when you're done with that, you can have some cough syrup biscuits.
Yeah.
And then when you're done with that, you can wash it down. Some cough syrup.
With some cough syrup drizzle.
Just all over you.
All over me. And then you look over and like, oh, is he okay? I'm just covered in drizzle. Like just no clothes.
You're all sticky. Yeah.
I have to be coughed up.
I just moved the mic just a little closer to you. There, that's fine.
We've sidetracked so much. Okay, so let's go back to the popes. So why don't we just this could go on forever? But what's the thing that sets off the series of events that will end up.
And so what's the bad thing that happens? What's the big
bad thing that
second act
happens?
Thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, could you have, like they do, spoilers for Conclave here, but could you have an attack on Pope Island that's a bit like the attack on, when they're doing the voting and the car bomb happens? You could have that.
So a spaceship lands and robots all come out.
Robot nuns come out.
We're not doing this.
Could we have that from like from like a rival network? What's that giant blimp in the sky? Look on the side of it. It says NBC's nunnery. Oh, they're dropping out of the sky.
Yeah, and then they're not robot nuns.
They're just right? They're normal nun wannabes from NBC's nunnery. Yeah.
Nuns versus popes.
Nuns with guns.
Nuns with guns.
NBC's Nuns with Guns.
Yeah.
11:30, 12:30 Central.
They drop down on those ropes like the SWAT team.
Yeah.
And they have these giant shields.
Yeah. Go on then.
That say NUN, like with like periods in between.
Yeah. What could that stand for?
None of your
business.
Business.
What does NUN stand for? None of your business.
Business with a silent N.
Like Nduya.
Nduya.
Like the sausage.
Yeah.
Like these nuns are just humorless.
I mean, there's a tie-in there, right? Sausages, you can get pepperoni on pizza.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's fun.
That's one of their weapons is like shurikens made of tiny pizzas.
And nunchucks.
Yeah, nunchucks. You're not even on Night Nurse.
I'm just trying to go with your flow. I'm just trying to go with the flow with the guy who said, "Hey, this TV show? It should be hosted by everyone from the Italian Job."
Sure.
Yeah, you're like, I still haven't seen a good reason why it should be. So the nuns with guns come down.
Yep.
From NBC's blimp.
Yep.
And they try and take out the Pope, and in the ensuing melee, they find Jeff Bridges' stash of the substance. So he's found out now. Okay.
Oh, this guy's just been making himself young.
Yeah. I thought it was a new haircut.
It's like the whole spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen The Prestige, but it's like revealing the fact that he's not teleported himself. He's just making himself.
A new version.
He's just making all these top hats.
Yeah.
So somewhere there's a ton of Liam Hemsworths running around.
They're in the the place for the Inferno challenge. He hides them in there. The tanks that you could fall in as part of the show are just full of different Hemsworths. Different
Liam Hemsworths, yeah.
And one of them is Chris Hemsworth. It's like one of the weeks where the substance goes a bit wrong.
Isn't there another Hemsworth out there? There's 3 of them, isn't there?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh.
The one that time forgot.
What, like a dinosaur?
He's a dinosaur. Dino Hemsworth.
It's Brontosaurus Hemsworth.
It's pulping time, raw. He's a big dino.
Hemsworth brothers.
I just got this image of
I've only got the 2.
No? Okay, maybe
I think this is because I talked about the old
Skarsgårds.
The old standby gag that anyone can use. And indeed lots of people do use it, where you talk about a famous family and then you say, well, of course, there was the unknown Big Billy Hemsworth. And then and then the joke is you make them like a hunchback and they're really ugly. And
I could have sworn there was another Hemsworth out there, but I might be getting confused with the Skarsgård brothers.
Would you like to be Pope? He's in the carnival. Step right up.
I'm trying to think of a thing that Nosferatu could say with loads of R's in it, and the only thing I can think
Pope
of
Island.
is pepperoni.
What could he say on Pope Island?
Anyway, he's one of the popes too, I guess.
That could be the final challenge. You have to fight Nosferatu.
Yeah, Nosfer too. Pope Ferratu, is that better?
Poperari, that's the new car.
To keep it fresh, you put a little bit of potpourri in there.
Pope Albrecht, step forward. You nailed the potpourri challenge. It was delicious.
No, Pope.
But you came last in the drag race. And your potpourri was poorly built. Only had 3 wheels.
You know the way that you do your host voice? It reminds me of that guy who used to do all those high-speed chase shows. This guy thought he could get away.
This guy thought he could steal the blimp from nuns with guns. He was wrong.
The Blimp Comes In by NBC, also known as the Nun Blimp Company.
The nuns will get your confession by any means necessary. Nuns with Guns coming this fall.
Little did he know that he chewed more than
on
he
the
could
wrong
handle
nun.
On the wrong pope.
He took a bite out of the wrong nun. It's like a guy who just doesn't understand the metaphor.
I don't know who the guy is, but he does all of the high-speed chases
I know
in America.
Yeah.
And it's the same voice every time, and I love it.
This pope thought he could bless the nun. Turns out he couldn't. And that's why he died.
This pope seems way younger than what he used to be. Little did we know, there are 100 of those young popes on that island.
In small fish tanks.
Next time on
on
Popalicious Pope Island. Followed by Carnival of Cardinals. 10 cardinals in a carnival. What's gonna happen next?
This cardinal thought he could make a moose out of balloons. And it turns out he could. He did really well.
Find out how well next time on Carnival of Carnivals. Episode 3. Carnival,
Eastern time,
it's carnival time.
1:30 Central.
Yeah. Is that it? How does it end?
5:30 papal time? Or...
It just ends on the cliffhanger of that guy saying, tune in next time. On Popalicious.
This pope thought he could get by on his rock hard abs.
Yeah, that's it really. But he couldn't. Yeah.
The end.
The end.
Well, what happens? What happens when Jeff Bridges is found out, right?
Yeah.
They find all the Liam Hemsworth clones in the tanks.
Yep.
Do they just... I reckon it ends with... Like, he's marched into the office. He thinks that he's, like, worse than fired. And Dennis Quaid has just the biggest grin on his face. And he says, that episode had our highest ratings. And he's like, yeah, but what about all the clones of me that I killed? And then stored.
Stop talking.
Yeah. He's like, what do you mean? Or he's like, oh yeah, of course. They're getting their own spin-off show.
Yeah. And then he writes on the board.
They call it Roper Pope, and it's a new challenge on the carnival show. You have to try and hook one of the popes. It's like, you know when you get the ducks at the fun fair and you have to hook a duck?
Yeah.
But it's like that, but with popes. So it's Roper Pope.
Is this the spin-off of Carnival or Pope Island?
I think this is a special. You know how Popalicious has Dante's Inferno challenge?
This can be Popalicious.
This could be, Popalicious Series 3, Episode 4. And I think this is a challenge in the Carnival of Cardinals. This is a challenge.
Okay.
Where you have Roper Pope.
Okay.
So the two cardinals that are tied.
Yeah.
Time to Roper Pope. And then the doors open, and there's like that dum 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 dum. There's like dramatic music. Each cardinal will be given a fishing line and a pope to catch. Just stares at the camera. That last bit.
Dennis Quaid in the boardroom when he's like pitching these ideas, he writes Was it Pope or Rope?
Pope or Rope, yeah.
Pope or Rope. And then at the end just writes a $sign at the end.
And then it can end.
Dennis, we don't understand. What does this mean?
Oh, you'll get it.
You'll get it.
In the next season. You'll get it during sweeps.
Yeah. And the sweeps is the $sign, and the S is the $sign.
In both of them. And in the E. He does like euros.
Yeah.
And then he does like a Pope $sign. He's like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
That's Pope dollars. That's our new cryptocurrency.
Yeah. He's just putting $signs on everything.
He's $signs on everything.
The W on the sweeps is a $sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has a $sign tattooed on his arm.
And he turns the W upside down. He's like, what's smeeps? Well, M is close to N. We just bought nuns with guns.
Think about it, man.
Think about it. Triple threat.
And then, is this a happy ending? It's a happy ending, right?
It's a happy ending for Dennis Quaid. I think it's a real downer ending because it's like Jeff Bridges' Pope gets everything he wants, but it's not really. It's like a very dystopian ending, and the show. This show's going. You've got a 50-year contract now, Jeff Bridges. It's one of those endings where it's like, yay, I've got everything I want, and now I'm trapped.
It's the what's it? Spoiler alert if anyone hasn't seen Whiplash, but it's kind of like that ending where the guy's like he's so obsessed with drumming, and he's trapped in this emotionally manipulative like relationship with
and he makes
J.K.
the choice
Simmons.
of
Makes a choice of like please staying in it, and then he's like, oh, okay, and then the ending is kind of bittersweet because it's like he's got everything he wanted, but at what cost?
At what? This drummer got everything he wanted by playing Caravan.
What happens next?
What happens
will
next?
Totally shock you.
What happens next is up to you. Press the Pope button now.
And then the Pope button like lets off a car bomb.
Oh my god!
No, because of the Conclave. I thought we were tying them in, baby.
That's really dystopian. So the camera like tracks away from Pope Island, and then you just see that the rest of the world is just like Back to the Future, where Biff gets rich.
Yeah.
And there's just car bombs going off.
Boof, boof. Biff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. And there are different areas of the world. They're not based on countries anymore. They're based on which Pope you like.
Okay.
And that's where you live.
Which Pope do you like?
I like Pope Smorgasbord. Which Pope do you like?
I like Pope Mazeltov.
Ooh.
Hybrid.
Going Jewish.
Hybrid theory.
Hybrid Pope. You wanna fill him up with holy water? You can do, but you can also plug him into a menorah.
You know how all these
hybrid popes
synergies are happening, you know?
Yeah.
You getting like
we haven't thought about religious synergy.
Religious synergy. Your Christian Christian Jewish popes.
Yeah.
No, wait. Your Buddhist. I don't know. Yeah,
get them all, I say. By season 50, Dennis Quaid will have purchased every major religion.
Every major religion, yeah, and he's combined all the logos into one. And it's the Disney logo with a $sign on it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's a D with a $sign.
So he's at a presentation, and it's like all the logos for the major religions are separate on the screen, and then they just converge together, and they somehow like they melt and they meld, and they just make. Watch what. Let me tell you, I got a great idea. I got a great idea for you stockholders. Check this out.
It's the P with the $sign.
He presses a button, and then the logos just converge together, and it's one of those things where it's like, oh, he's going to try and get it to go together, but they clearly don't. So the animation like melts some of the logos, and then it just becomes the P with the $sign.
The P with the $sign. Yeah. Introducing Popcoin.
I've already got mine.
What about you? And then that's it. That's the end.
That's the end. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it says insert 2 Pope coins to continue watching.
For sequel.
The end. Thank you for listening, everybody. We did it again. 4 out of 5. Next week is the season. Well, I guess it wouldn't be the season finale. It would
But
be
it's the final one of
one of the 5.
You know, I bet
episodes
when
that we're doing.
Conclave hit it big at the BAFTAs last night, they were just dreaming, man, I hope this means we get featured on Chatting Pitch. And it really does.
Well, who won the BAFTAs yesterday? I didn't watch
Conclave. Conclave won Best Film.
Conclave. Hit up the Conclave.
Oh, question I was going to ask you. Demi Moore.
Yes.
Lots of people saying she was robbed because she didn't get Best Actress. What do you think?
Who got Best Actress?
I don't know. Some Pope.
Some Pope.
Yeah.
See you later, everyone.
Chatting Pitch has been brought to you by Leslie Way and Matthew D. Smith. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to listen to others and maybe even subscribe. You can follow us on the website, formerly known as Twitter.
Listen to us on Spotify or wherever else you listen to podcasts. Leslie and Matthew have their own side hustles as well. Feel free to check out Leslie's YouTube channel or Matthew's Medium blog. Links in the description. If you want anything else, we might have other links in the description if we think of anything interesting to add. Thank you for listening. I love you.